Divine Feminines, I hope you guys are incredibly well. I'm guided to do a reading for those of you who feel overwhelmed, or there may be things coming up on the journey that it seems like it's a lot to handle, especially when it comes to twin flame separation, or there is no reciprocation, you don't have any clarity. There could be a lot of obsessive energies as well, just exhausting yourself trying to figure this out. And so this message may be coming through as something to help soothe you at this time, to let you know it's okay to pause and slow down. And this is to gently nudge you on what to stay focused on, or these are the things that you can shift your energy to that will be beneficial for your highest good. So again, if you guys are feeling overwhelmed, I want to just use this deck to quickly tap into some messages on some whispers from the universe where you may need to shift your focus to help ease that overwhelming feeling. All right, Divine Feminines? So I'm just going to clear the energy out of this deck, and what I'll do is I will cut it in half, and we do have the Lover's card. So the Lover's card for me is have faith in the journey, trust that your counterpart will be shown to you, and that it's okay to let go of what you see in the physical, okay? Maybe you're trying to decipher a lot of what you're seeing in the 3D, and it's not making sense to how it is you feel on the inside. So you may feel their energy really strongly. You could feel visions of them or dreams of them. You could be seeing a lot of number synchronicities. Their name is everywhere, yet they're dragging their feet in their karmic situations. So it feels like you're overwhelmed, or you're going crazy with wanting to release it and let it go, because there is no proof. The Lover's card here says if you pause, take a deep breath, and just simply ask for help from the universe as to who this person is and what this connection means to you, then the universe can show it to you. Some of you might be getting overwhelmed trying to decipher if they're your counterpart through watching twin flame readings, and maybe this message is letting you know that the only way you're going to figure it out is through quiet time, sometimes isolation. Sometimes you do have to tap into meditation and prayer, because the only way you'll know if it's your person is when you start communicating with your higher self. The journey pushes you to get back to basics, right? So that's why the connection with them feels so intense, and it feels like there's no clarity. It's because the universe is saying, okay, good. Now what are you going to do? Okay, so that's when a lot of you start wanting to learn. You get thirsty for knowledge almost. So that's when many of you stumble upon the twin flame journey or tarot or concepts like divine masculine, divine feminine. You start feeling this urge to understand, and that's what I feel like maybe you should focus on right now. The Lover's card is about trusting how you feel versus explanations and what this may be according to other people. Tap into your body. What is your body telling you about how you feel when you think about this person? Okay, when you ask yourself honestly and truly, do you care for them? Do you love them? Are you curious about them? So once you can admit that truth to yourself, that's when a lot of the clarity comes through. And it's coming from source, through direct signs with dreams or a vision. They'll reach out, you'll bump into them. You'll end up experiencing something so serendipitous and meaningful that you start to focus more on pouring into you and what your mission is, okay? So for a lot of you, I feel like the magic is about to be shown to you. So don't quit now. Now is when it may seem overwhelming, because again, the synchronicities are coming through very quickly. It feels like your divine masculine's energy is right there up in your space. But again, when you go seeking for proof, it's not there. So it just drives you mad in that instant. So the Lover's card is coming through to tell you to trust. You don't have to see physical proof. The proof is already there in how it is you are feeling for them. Okay, it's just a matter of trusting yourself. The message here says true love that's long-lasting, choices made from the heart, and a return to good health. I think the return to good health could also be that feeling of relaxing again. No more feeling overwhelmed or stressed out, or like you can't focus on important day-to-day tasks like work or parenting or self-care. The Lover's card is coming through to say, yes, trust yourself, trust what it is you feel. You may not be able to see physical proof, but that is not what's important right now. What's important right now is you practicing grounding yourself through these harsh energies, okay? Maybe adapting or adopting healthier habits. And I've been there too, guys. I know what it's like to indulge in the readings because sometimes they can bring through a lot of clarity. But this could also be a simple nudge to do other things or add other things to your day-to-day healing toolkit, like taking a walk, getting fresh air, being in the sunlight, walking bare feet, and challenging yourself to spend time alone and enjoy your own company is a really beautiful way of getting confirmation of the journey as well. So that's why it's important to act on the inner child impulses. So some of you might feel like you want to dance, or you want to paint, or you want to do something silly like, why do I feel the urge to, do all these little TikTok dance trends, and I want to learn to dance, or choreography or music speaks to me. Many of you may want to do things like, I want to know what it's like to paint or get into interior decorating. It's like all of a sudden these things start popping up within you the more time you spend alone. And that alone will be healing in itself. And don't look for an outcome like, why am I doing this? Am I supposed to turn it into a career? What am I supposed? Just enjoy the moment and just allow your soul to feel free. Okay, you have found your counterpart, and the intensity of the journey can get overwhelming, especially if it's not manifesting in the form of a romantic relationship, especially if they are in another situation. If you're in another situation and it seems like it's overwhelming because you have all of these big feelings that you now have to hide, the universe is saying, trust in divine timing. Do you trust me or not? Huh? So maybe that is a lesson too for many of you to start acting on, having that faith. Surrender, release, know that it will be shown to you in time when it's supposed to. In the meantime, there's probably a slew of things that you have on your agenda that you've been falling behind in, like not putting enough focus into, being as organized, being on time for things, making sure that you're putting in solid effort into organizing your finances and making sure that you're spending time with the kids. Are they how are the kids doing? Checking in with them, making sure that they have a solid routine every day for, bedtime. What kind of foods are they eating? What kind of foods are you eating? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you exercising in the day? So some of these things we can really lose sight of on the journey, and that's why I think it's a return to good health, because now many of you will release that overwhelmed feeling and you will start having faith in yourself again, trusting the journey. Let it unfold, no matter how chaotic the karmic stuff seems. They love it when you're paying attention and you're giving it energy and you're feeling like you're drained or you're leaking out. Tune it out. Divine timing will work itself out. Sometimes it seems unfair. Sometimes it feels like the masculines may be trapped and they're entering into cycles that they know they're no good for them, and none of your business. That's what I say. None of my business. It's none of my business. I gotta mind my own business. So sometimes I feel like that is the best approach to it, is to really, if you are feeling overwhelmed, take a big deep breath. And what are some things that immediately would start helping you to feel relieved in your own life? And then sometimes when you look around you, like a good solid deep clean in your home, a good shower, or cutting your hair, or dressing up and tending to yourself, like oftentimes that is just such a reset and a reboot in the energy. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Okay, our ace is spring energy. I love it. Love that spring is here too. So the beginning of just that refreshing new version of yourself that is not sitting in anxiousness. It's not overwhelmed by the journey. Okay, it doesn't matter what the karmic situations look like as well. You're the shit, divine feminine. Okay, you need to start engaging in things that make you feel that way again. So that's why tuning back in, pouring back into you. Oftentimes you'll be like, hell yeah, shit, I am this shit. What was I thinking? Okay, so it says it's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. See? So this is on its way to you, and this is what will get you out of that overwhelmed feeling. Simply just replace you with thoughts of your divine masculine, right? As much as you're pouring into him, you might as well go after your dreams. Don't let me hear all your chasing, no man, and all your chasing, all your dreams, and all your goals. Right? If you have time to chase, man. I'm just kidding, but you guys know what I mean. All right, priorities. What is draining you versus what is reciprocating? What is giving to you? What is adding value to your life? Right? Be a divine feminine that knows how to truly put herself at the top of her priority list when all hell is breaking loose. We can stop and pause and say, whoa, 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 whoa. Nothing is going to drain me, and nothing is going to take away my focus from, first and foremost, making sure my life is on the up and up. Okay, if your divine masculines be stirring up shit, they gotta go. Because you got things in your life worth protecting. Maybe the karmics don't. That's why they put up with the foolishness. But you got shit worth protecting. Okay? Your life is valuable. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. This overwhelmed energy, nah, I ain't gonna do it with you. I'll do it with like my kids if they got like a school play and it's like, Mom, I need to rehearse my lines. We're gonna feel that pressure together. But with our man, wale marawa. Okay, so let's see what the Divine Feminine needs to know. Okay, so there's our Queen of Cups, loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others perhaps too much. Okay, so this could be the part of you that needs to release, holding on or feeling like, oh, you got to give this love and you got to give them that unconditional love. And, it's nothing without pouring into you first. They only get that unconditional love if they're giving it to you, right? And if they're able to give that to you. And the only way you'll learn that lesson is if you're giving it to yourself. Because once you start giving it to yourself, you'll see what it takes to be in that energy to feed into you. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy to keep your life organized and running smoothly. So you're not going to allow anybody to come in and tamper with that, are you? Okay, so this guidance is coming through as trust what you've already been shown. Okay? Lovers too is a strong word. There's a lot of lessons that come along with that, even lower lessons too, that'll, drain you and get the best of you. But trust what you know, even if it's not being shown to you in the physical. Have faith. Have faith that whatever is happening right now is for the best. It's in divine timing. In the meanwhile, we got the Ace of Spring energy here coming in. You are going to be delving into opportunities that I feel like you've wanted to explore for a really long time, but it was a matter of getting back into the groove and shaking out the brain fog and really hearing maybe a message like this to remind you that you the shit. Start doing things to represent that, get back into things that make you feel alive again, and it makes you feel passionate and like you're ready to be of service and take on the world and add value to the world. Okay, because many of you have these gifts and it's being bogged down or overshadowed or maybe even siphoned or taken from you, or a lot of you are under the illusion that, somehow your destiny is being taken, or, take a salt bath, crack some salt by your doorway. Make sure that you guys are shaking it off and cleansing your home. That's why a good deep clean and a good sage out, maybe some good strong smelling incense, and claiming back the energy in your home. It's a really good start, especially, again, if you guys are feeling overwhelmed. It feels like you're constantly chasing, trying to figure things out, waiting around. Okay, that's not the energy that you are designed to be in, you Empress. Okay, so I don't know who this needs to find, but do something wonderful and great for yourself this weekend. Disengage from anything that may push you towards trying to figure out your divine masculine, trying to pry into their lives somehow, just trying to figure out the journey or look for clues or signs, and take all of that effort and focus and do something for you that you've been meaning to do. It's just, keep putting on the back burner. Okay, take it off the back burner and put it at the forefront. Okay, so I don't know who this needs to find, but I hope it does find you well, Divine Feminines. Let's get a goddess card. Let's cut it in half. We have sorceress. So maybe some of you need to make an altar or get back into your spiritual practices. And that's why I was thinking with the salt bath or crack some salt by your door. Some of you are forgetting that you know a lot of ancient practices that can protect you from these kinds of lower attacks or getting you warped into stuff that's not giving back to you, right? It'll shield you and protect your energy in the form of turning you into this new version of yourself that got some mad boundaries, this bitch ready to come out of you, and you're like, oh my, oh, I don't know what's come over me. Oh yeah, your guides, they'll step in there, okay? But you got to engage in the spiritual practices. You got to give them time. You got to give them, your focus, your energy. This comes in the form of keeping your vessel clean, making sure you guys fast on a particular day, right? Acknowledging, your gifts and ask that the universe assist you in refining them. It says here, you are a magical person who can manifest clear intentions into your reality. So no more feeling overwhelmed. Alchemize that bitch. Do something with the energy. Gosh, I'm so sorry I'm being a little potty mouth in this reading, but You know, maybe some of you have guides that are trying to get your attention and trying to get you out of this energy that, you know, you also don't deserve to be in. There's guides around you that are fiercely protective, and it seems as though maybe you're struggling a little bit. Your heart is so big in the Queen of Cups energy, but they see that someone or a group of people or something is siphoning it or taking advantage of it in some way, and I feel like your guides are stepping in with new opportunities, this goddess energy, to remind you that, you know, you are in fact magical and fiercely protected at this time. Okay, so I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you in the next check-in, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.